It's dinner time. You pour the food into the bowl. The same bowl. The same food. The same routine you've done every single day. Your dog walks over, looks at it, sniffs once, and walks away. No excitement. No tail wag. No devouring the food in 12 seconds like usual. Just silence. Most owners assume the same thing. Maybe they're just picky. Maybe they want something better. Maybe they're holding out for treats. Maybe they're being dramatic. But veterinary behaviorists say that when a dog suddenly stops eating, it's rarely about food. In fact, appetite is one of the most sensitive biological signals in the entire animal kingdom. And when it changes suddenly, it often means something much deeper inside your dog has changed too. Something physical. Something psychological. Or something evolutionary. And most owners completely miss the signs. Let's start with the simplest explanation. Hunger. Because in the wild, dogs do not eat on a strict schedule like we do. Their ancestors, wolves, survived by opportunistic feeding. Sometimes they ate large meals. Sometimes they went days without food. So occasionally skipping a meal is not unusual. In fact, veterinarians say that healthy adult dogs can go 3 to 5 days without eating as long as they're still drinking water. But here's the key difference. A dog that chooses not to eat is very different from a dog that wants to eat but cannot. Veterinarians call this pseudo-anorexia. The dog approaches the food bowl. They sniff the food. Maybe even try to eat. And then they back away. Because eating hurts. Dental disease, broken teeth, gum infections, even tiny abscesses can make chewing extremely painful. To us, the food looks exactly the same. But to your dog, every bite might feel like biting down on a cracked molar. So they stop. Not because they are not hungry. But because pain is stronger than hunger. But pain is not the only reason dogs stop eating. Sometimes the problem is not physical. It's emotional. Dogs are far more sensitive to environmental changes than most owners realize. Moving houses. A new baby. A new pet. A change in routine. Even something as small as a different feeding location. All of these can disrupt a dog's appetite. Because eating, for animals, is not just about nutrition. It's about safety. If a dog feels stressed, threatened, or uncertain about their environment, their brain shifts into survival mode. And survival mode shuts down hunger. Studies on canine behavior show that stress and anxiety can significantly reduce appetite, especially when the dog's territory or social structure changes. Think about fireworks. Thunderstorms. Or the moment you leave for vacation. Some dogs stop eating entirely until their owner comes back. Because in their world, something essential is missing. But here's the part almost nobody talks about. Your dog might not be refusing food. They might be waiting for you. Dogs evolved alongside humans for thousands of years, and their feeding behavior is deeply connected to human social cues. In fact, behavioral studies show that dogs often modify their food-seeking behavior based on human attention and signals. Meaning your dog is not just eating food. They're eating with you. That's why some dogs refuse meals when their owner is not home. And why they suddenly eat the moment you sit beside them. From your perspective, it's weird. From your dog's perspective, it's perfectly logical. Food is not just nutrition. It's a social event. But sometimes, the reason a dog stops eating is far more serious. Loss of appetite is one of the earliest warning signs of illness in animals. Gastrointestinal disease. Pancreatitis. Kidney problems. Liver disease. Even infections and cancers can suppress appetite long before other symptoms appear. Because when the body is fighting disease, the brain prioritizes survival over digestion. Energy shifts away from the stomach. And hunger disappears. That's why veterinarians treat sudden appetite loss as an important signal. Not a personality quirk. A signal. Your dog cannot say, "My stomach hurts. My mouth hurts. I feel nauseous." So their body sends the only message it can. They stop eating. But there's one final explanation. And it's surprisingly common. Your dog might be training you. Dogs are incredibly good at learning patterns. If refusing their normal food results in you offering something better, chicken, treats, table scraps, they learn very quickly. Why eat plain kibble, when waiting 5 minutes gets you steak? Behaviorists call this learned food refusal. And once a dog discovers the trick, they repeat it. Because it works. But here's the important part. Before assuming your dog is being picky, veterinarians always recommend ruling out medical causes first. Because while behavioral pickiness exists, sudden appetite changes are far more often linked to health, stress, or environmental changes. So the next time your dog walks up to their food bowl, sniffs it, and walks away, do not just assume they're being dramatic. Watch closely. Are they drooling? Are they tired? Are they drinking water normally? Are they acting different? Because appetite is one of the clearest windows into your dog's health. And sometimes, a silent food bowl is your dog's way of asking for help. Without words. Without language. Just behavior. And if this video changed the way you think about your dog's eating habits, subscribe to the channel. Because in the next video, we're going to talk about something even stranger. Sometimes for minutes at a time. And the neuroscience behind that behavior is far more fascinating than most owners ever imagine.